Can I do property as a side hustle? Let's answer that today. Hello and welcome to the Property Unleashed YouTube channel. My name's Mark Fitzgerald and it's great to have you joining me here today. So a question I get asked all the time is, can I do property on the side if I'm still in a full-time job? Well, I get asked this a hell of a lot with my students when they join the Rent to Rent Business Builder, and also on my one-to-one mentoring when I'm speaking to people and we're seeing whether property is the right thing for them to do. And the one good answer to that is yes. Yes. Of course you can. And sometimes, in some ways, it's the best way to get started in property. A lot of the time, people are getting into property to maybe replace their income so that they can leave their job and have more time to spend with their family and doing things that they enjoy. But what I will say to that is, if you can suck it up, or maybe you're in a job that you enjoy doing, then do property alongside it. Because if you're looking to buy property, getting mortgages when you're already in employment, where you already have an income coming in, is so much easier. I'm not saying it can't be done if you're self-employed or you're not working, but it's a lot more difficult and you're probably going to pay more in the long run than you would if you still had a job. So it's great to sort of, whilst you're building your property empire, as I like to call it, also make sure that you've still got your income coming in. You relieve that pressure. I took voluntary redundancy when I started in property. And while I've never looked back, it was difficult. It was a struggle at times early on, but I made it work and I managed to push myself through and setting myself up for success, as I always say. So why, you might ask, are some of the good reasons why you would stay in employment whilst getting involved into property? And as I say, the first one is you're keeping the lights turned on. If you have a family, even if you don't have a family, you will have some expenditures. Now, if you're living at home and you don't have to pay for anything, then potentially you can spend more time on property. But use the strategies that don't necessarily mean that you're trying to buy property straight away, unless you've got large chunks of money or joint venture backers that can get involved and can back you up, and you're a cash buyer in a sense, that you're not looking for mortgages and you're not looking for bridging finance and things like that. I got into property using the rent-to-rent strategy to great effect, built up a property business which gives me an income, which pays me a wage. So in effect now, if I'm going for mortgages and I'm going for financing and things, I have a pay behind me. I earn the relevant income to be able to get mortgages a lot easier than if it was me or when I was just starting out. So look at the strategies in property that you want to get into, that you want to use to build up that income, to build up, as we always say, that cash flow. Now, if you're in a job and you're also able to build a property business in the side, so let's take a few of my students that have done this very successfully on the Rent to Rent Business Builder program that I train them and I help and support and mentor them on. Most of them have done this and have built up successful rent-to-rent businesses alongside their full-time job. Now, the beauty of this is it's extra cash flow. They still have their income coming in, which pays all of their bills, which pays for the food, which pays everything like that. And then all of a sudden, they have this extra income coming in. So they get a deal. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it's a 5-bed deal up and around where I am. It's earning them £500 extra a month when it's fully tenanted. You get a handful of those and you've got yourself, a couple of grand coming in extra above and beyond. Now you can go and enjoy yourself, have some holidays, buy some nice cars, do what you like, or you can save the money, which I would recommend, particularly in the beginning. Save the money, build it up, and then start investing it in your own assets. You can start looking at buying your own properties and things. I have people contacting me all the time saying, I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand coming my way. I'm thinking of buying a property. What should I do with it? Look into things, okay? You can buy a property potentially with a deposit of 30 grand upwards. But what are you going to do once you've done that? If you've just bought a buy-to-let that makes you between £250, £300 a month, it's going to take you a long time to recoup your initial investment. It's going to take you a massive amount of time to try and build a portfolio out of it. It leaves you a bit stuck. There is a lot more creative strategies to be able to use to take that money and make sure that you can make it go further and bring in better cash flow as you're going along. And of course, with better cash flow and by doing a good job in your property business, you can then obviously start to invest your own profits in your own portfolio and build it up alongside. So my plan when I started out was to start a successful rent-to-rent business, which is my property management business, and which I've done. And now the money that I get from that, the extra money, I'm investing in assets of all sorts of different abilities. So I am doing a bit of crypto, I am doing a bit of forex, I am doing a lot of property as well, and I'm starting to build my own portfolio. But by having that level of income coming in, I am able to utilize it and to have different segments putting money back into my pot, so to speak. So you can really use your asset based by making sure that you've got the money coming in. If you've not got a job at the moment and you're thinking to yourself, or maybe you're a bit like me, you've took redundancy or been made redundant, you've got a bit of a payout that maybe will last you, 6 months before you need to get another job. Then in 6 months, you really want to be focusing on potentially the fact that you could start a property business. You can throw everything at it. It took me 4 months to get my first deal. It took me, I think, 6 months to get about 5 or 6 deals. 8 months, I had 8 deals. And that more than replaced my income. That more than set me on the road to where I am now. And I have never looked back. But equally to that point, while I was trying to build that up, while I was trying to move, I would have took a part-time job if I'd have had to, so let's say I got 2 rent-to-rent deals coming in, but it's not enough to replace my wage and we were going to start to struggle. I would have gone out and took a three-day-a-week job or something like that, something I could still do alongside my rent-to-rent business. Now in property, as I say, my students are managing to do this. There's a successful manager that's got three deals now, but he's got quite an intense work schedule and job, but he still manages to do it because he does his viewings at the weekends or in the evenings. And also, a lot of people are working as well. And if you think to yourself, well, maybe I won't quite look professional enough when I'm talking to vendors or letting agents, because obviously I'm not there during the week. If you work funny hours, I mean, a lot of people work shift patterns now as well, so you can just play it around. You've just got to say, my diary's really busy. You don't necessarily have to go into the full details that I'm in my job. You can just say, my diary's really, really busy, but I can fit you in at these slots here, and just give people plenty of options. So evenings, weekends, early mornings, if you have to, and just say, I can fit you in, but these are the slots I've got. Please pick one that best suits you, and you can get things done. So don't ever think that you can't work in that manner. Of course you can, and you can build up a very successful property business doing that. Now, what I would also suggest that you look at the same time, and don't get before you've started to get the deals in or anything, is systems. Look at building systems into your property business that will help you and free up more time. So, a good tenant management system is always good. Making sure that you're finding deals and you've got your emails set up and you've got your alerts set up so that if certain properties come onto the market, or letting agents or estate agents know how to contact you, email, phone call and stuff like that. Make sure that people are searching for you. Make sure you've got all the systems in place to be able to have the leads and have whatever it is you're looking to achieve coming towards you without you having to necessarily spend 24/7 trying to scrape all the portals, trying to follow and chase everybody up. You will have to do that as well. So it's very important to have the systems in place early on to make sure that you've got the leads and things coming towards you. And if you need help with stacking deals, with viewings, or with how to set up your business, then please check the show notes. And there are downloads there, PDF downloads that you can download and you can use. There's a deal analyzing spreadsheet to help you stack those deals to make sure that they are deals and you're not wasting your time. There's a viewings guide as well, which tells you what to do and say and everything. So they are free there for you to download. And if you cannot see show notes or anything, or you cannot see the downloads there, then just visit www.thepropertyunleashed.com and it's all on there. You can click on there, you can download anything. Likewise to that, if you're interested in starting a property business, a rent-to-rent business, I have the Rent-to-Rent Business Builder program, which you're more than welcome to have a look at and join. And I do offer one-to-one mentoring and coaching as well. So if anything like that is of interest to you, reach out to me, reach out to the team. We'll get back in contact with you. I'm more than happy to have a chat and see if I can point you in the right direction. But yes, the fundamentals of this video, the fundamentals of what I'm saying here is, yes, you can achieve this. You can do this. I don't like to use the word hustle. We're not hustlers. If you look at a hustler or you look at the definition of a hustler, generally it's somebody that tries to rip people off. Generally it's somebody that's, I always think of a gambler at the end of the day. Somebody sat at a gambling table, you know, and has an edge, or is cheating, has got some cards up his sleeve, like in the old cowboy days and stuff like that. We're not hustlers. We're professionals. We're doing a professional job. We're looking to work with people. We're looking to work for win-win situations. But again, don't leave yourself short. I've seen in the past a few people that have almost, I wouldn't say followed me, I'm not as big-headed as that, but I've gone down the same path that I've gone down and left their jobs only to struggle near the end and have to then drop everything and go back to work because it's just not worked out for them. These aren't people that have worked with me, so I've not been able to really guide them and support them in any manner there. But these are guys and girls that have done their own thing and maybe it's not quite worked out. But a caveat to that is there are successful people that have done exactly what I've done and achieved a hell of a lot more than I've achieved as well. I always take one of my students who has followed the pathway and the roadmap that I've given her, and in 3 months she's got 6 deals. Do you know what I mean? It took me 4 months to get my first deal, but by doing what I did and following the process and my support, she's managed to get 6 deals, completely changed her life, and she's done it alongside working a full-time job as well. So it can be done. She's done it brilliantly. She was celebrating with us on one of the coaching calls, basically saying that now she has completely replaced her wage. She can have the choice. And that is what we want in life. We all want choices. We all want more. We all want to be doing specific things. I love the fact that I can take my kids to and from school. I can be there for them. If they're off school, I can be there for them anytime that I choose to be there for them. But likewise, I run my business, I get stuck into my business, and I take everything very seriously. But I have choices that I've never had before. You can as well. You just need to start now. You need to find a direction that you want to go, and you need to put full focus into that direction. And if you're doing it alongside a full-time job, you need to plan it. You need to make sure that you know exactly the tasks and the plan that you need to be doing week on week. And then you just need to put a bit of the time aside to be able to put those tasks and plan into action. Again, if you need help with any of this, then do let me know. And my 90-day planning masterclass is a fantastic thing to start with as well. So I hope this video has helped you. I hope this video has given you some inspiration and some support in the fact that you can do this. You can build up a property business on the side. It's not a side hustle, but you can do it on the side. And then you can get it to that level where you're earning the same amount of money from your property business, potentially, as you do your wage. And then you can choose to leave, or if you love your job, keep doing it. Just keep doing it and double your income. You know, make loads of money and distribute it and buy the assets and live the life that you truly want to live. Build the dream life that you want. And that is what it's all about. So I'll see you all in the next video. You'll take care. You'll look after yourself. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.